everyone, and welcome to the QCS 360 podcast. I'm Nicole Reisdorfer, Senior Manager of Marketing at QCS Purchasing Cooperative. As you may have read in recent QCS newsletters and bulletins, due to the overwhelming success and growth in our packaging program, it was necessary to bring on additional resources to support our corrugated and printed packaging categories. For today's episode, I would like to introduce you to the two newest category leaders, Beth Zipko and Leslie Williams. Good afternoon, Beth and Leslie, and thank you for being with us today.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having us.
Many of our members may already know you due to their engagement with you and SourceWorks during the last 3 years. For those who may not know you, can you please provide an overview of your experience and background in the packaging industry?
Sure. I am Beth Zipko. I have been involved in the world of printed packaging for 20 plus years. Round up as I relate to 20 plus years, working directly for printers to start with, and then modeling into SourceWorks, where we manage all various forms of printed packaging, from paper labels to pressure sensitive to shrink sleeves to cartons, etc. But really with a dominant force on graphics management, file management, moving into full print production across all various forms of packaging.
I'm Leslie Williams. I have over 25 years in the printed packaging world. I worked 16 years direct for a printer and then moved to the other side of the table working for a manufacturer, in-depth understanding of the necessity for finding the right printer, the importance of package decoration. And it's through these relationships and the strong network through SourceWorks that we're really able to provide the best relationships possible for QCS members.
Beth and Leslie, what are the main benefits you've been able to deliver to QCS members over the last 3 years?
I think, Nicole, one of the key things we've been able to deliver for QCS members is contingency. As everyone is aware, raw materials, allocations, shortages across all various forms of printed packaging, but especially in the realm of dairy pressure sensitive materials, has been a consistent challenge, probably I would say for the past 18 to 24 months. So we've been able to offer contingency through our various print networks as it relates to all various forms of packaging. We've been able to, in a lot of instances, mitigate some of the price increases that has been coming to fruition. As everyone knows, and as everyone has felt, these price increases have been real as it relates to raw materials and non-raw material related increases. We, through working with SourceWorks and the QCS membership base, have been able to mitigate some of those increases while offering contingency due to our vast printer network.
Another really important resource is market intelligence. I saw a QCS poll recently on LinkedIn that indicated that that's the most important benefit that members value through being a part of QCS. And with our unique ability to stay in constant contact with a print partner network of over 32 printers now, also being in constant contact with the members, we're here to bring you the information first. If it's a supply shortage, if there's something new trending with regard to label substrates, for example, we're able to bring it to members first, which is something that's very, very valuable to members.
And aligning with that, Leslie, I think too, sustainability as it relates to, as you just stated, raw materials, right? There is definitely a push in the market to have a friendly material as it relates to earth-friendly material of pressure-sensitive labels on HDPE bottles. We have been able, with our various print network, to find a solution to help the cause as it relates to raw materials that can be fully recycled with an HDPE bottle. So that, I think, from a market intelligence standpoint and then executing on market intelligence. Another benefit we've been able to provide is price modeling. And we run the printed packaging business just like Clark would run his corrugate modeling. So we have print models and price models for every single type of printed packaging within the marketplace. And we can take members' price model that they currently have with their current printer, and we can run it through our model, and we can tell people if they're buying well or if there's ways to improve things. We've got critical mass programs right now with 32 print partners across various types of packaging, and we've been able to really go in, especially in these times when pricing has been volatile, increases are occurring. We have been able to go in and save members on, depending on the printed packaging type, 5 to 30%. Just because of our price models. Sometimes we find that QCS members are running a small volume across a very wide press. It doesn't make sense. So we're able to identify that, put it on the right asset, run it more effectively and efficiently thus resulting in cost savings.
And as Beth said, with contingency and qualifying an alternative source of supply, the first step in that is identifying and obtaining and ensuring that you have control over your digital print assets. And we've come to find out through conversations with members, especially through the volatility of the past several years, this is an element that sometimes takes everyone by surprise. And it's realized at the time of qualification or a time where it's important to be nimble and move business quickly, realizing we don't have the digital assets to make that happen. So we've been working with members proactively. We have a proven process for helping members obtain their digital assets and then also archiving them separately at a third party to where they have 24/7 access. They always control their digital assets and they're not beholden to the incumbent printer anymore. And that's been something that's been very helpful to members over the course of the past year.
Leslie, now that you'll be a QCS category leader, what are all the specific types of packaging formats you and Beth can help members with?
We supply all forms of printed packaging, from cut and stack paper labels to pressure sensitive, folding carton, flexibles, pouches. Essentially, if it's printed, we can help. And now we can also help with the corrugated boxes that everything goes into as well.
That's a great help. Beth, with 4 category leaders now supporting these packaging formats, how will you be organized?
Well, at the end of the day, from a corrugate perspective, Clark is still the go-to guru of corrugate for QCS. Leslie and I are shadowing Clark over the next few years or however long it takes so we can become well-versed in the world of corrugate. But right now, everything still will go through Clark and Ron. We are just here to shadow, to learn corrugate, to understand the QCS corrugate model. As it relates to printed packaging, we are working still closely with Hector Macdonald, but now that we are QCS leaders in the world of printed packaging and corrugate, we are able to go out and pursue and help members with different printed packaging opportunities. The entire country is so large and printed packaging is extremely complex. Not one opportunity is really the same as the other. So we find if we put more feet on the ground, we're able to accomplish more and help the member base out a lot more than just having one person go ahead and travel the country. So for instance, Leslie's more in the Northeast and Southeast. I'm primarily on the Midwest and the West Coast. So we were able to divide and conquer a little bit more effectively. And as we grow our corrugate knowledge, we're going to be able to go into membership base and talk about corrugate. And then if they have any in-depth printed packaging questions, we can support the answers to those questions.
Good to know. Awesome. To get into contact with Beth and Leslie, email QCS at info@qcspurchasing.com. Thanks for joining me today, Beth and Leslie.
Thank you, Nicole. We appreciate it.
Your support will bring great value to QCS members, and thank you to our listeners. Tune in each month for more updates on QCS programs.